Is good you? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking specifically about if Nikola Jokic is worth locking in for today in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Because a lot of people are wondering, okay, Ty, obviously these emeralds aren't very good. You're not getting much value out of them, which you're not unless they get evoed. Like a Derek White evo could make him absolutely elite. DeAndre Hunter, Dorian Finney-Smith. A lot of these evos could make them really solid. But on the other side of things, it is 400 and basically 15,000 MT to get Jokic. VC-wise, I don't know, somewhere close to probably 250, 300,000 VC. And so a lot of people are wondering, okay, Ty, with all of that, does that make Jokic worth it? Or should I, should I just save my MT? Now, the biggest piece of advice I would have is, what are you gaining if you get Jokic? What are you gaining? The only thing you're guaranteeing is Jokic, Herro, and MPJ, who I don't think any of them are top 5 at their specific positions. Because sure, you can hope and pray that these emeralds, are great and get better and get evoed and you get a lot of usable ones. But what happens when Gary Trent Jr. gets to be an amethyst? What happens if Norman Powell's your amethyst? What happens if somehow, some way, the Spurs win a bunch of games and he's your amethyst? You just can't count on that. And so what I would do when I'm looking at this set, I'm a content creator. If I lock in for Jokic, it's to do the gameplay. But even if I locked in for Jokic, MPJ, and Tyler Herro, none of them probably are going to make my squad. So when I look at things, it's like, what I would do is I would just wait for the evos. You can make, if you want to, let's say you really want to rip packs, and these packs are the cheap packs, and you want to do what you got to do. I'll see what the price of these packs are and go from there. Then obviously you can do that and see if what you pull and if you can get Jokic after that, all of those things. But on the other side of it, guys, I just can't sit here and make the case that spending all this MT for a non-top 5 center in the game is worth it. I mean, you get 33 cards. So if you want to do card collector level, sure, you're probably going to have to get Jokic anyways. But for like the average person that's not doing card collector level, none of these 3 top cards in Herro, MPJ, and Jokic are crazy. They're all, I would say, decent. They're all pretty good, but none of them are crazy good. And the value you get out of these emeralds that are guaranteed is basically nothing, because none of these cards are that next level good. Now, if Derek White, let's say in salary cap, is super cheap and you can use him, like, sure, there's something to be said for that. But when you're looking at the price of Jokic and each of these emeralds being 13,000 MT, it's absolutely ridiculous. Now, I'm going to do something for you guys right now. Let's say if you buy each of the sets, you get 25% off. Because I don't know, maybe you will get 25% off. Then you're still looking at 222,000 VC, which is over $50. I mean, can we talk about things, guys? It's just, you're spending $50 on a Jokic and all of these emeralds, who I don't think is going to be worth it. And if you want to spend MT, you can, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to be worth it. And it's kind of a cool concept. I don't mind the NBA Tournament Battles concept, but to think people are just going to go lock this in is absolutely crazy in my opinion. Because again, what if bad guys get evos? I mean, there's more, I would say, good potential on the evos than bad potential. But it's not like these evos prices are going up either. Derek White, even if he gets to a diamond or an Ami, he's going to stay at the 13,000 MT mark. And that is something 2K has said that I've really liked. So, I mean, let's say a couple days from now, Derek White is the best point guard in the game. Okay, then go buy him for 14,000 MT. You do not need to go get Jokic. There's nothing that says, oh, you have to have Jokic so you can evo these cards. Nothing. So that's kind of the approach I would take to it. If you lock in for Jokic, you will regret it. I promise you that. You will regret it. So for 99% of us out here, there's no reason to lock in Jokic. And that's the simplest way to put it. He's not a top 5. Even if he is top 5, okay, 4 or 5 at the center position. What is that doing for you? Get Joel. If you really want a center, man, go buy Joel Embiid. He's cheaper than Jokic. I mean, that's my honest opinion. You want an NBA center, go buy Joel Embiid for 245,000 MT that you can sell back eventually. I would much rather have you guys do that than lock in for this Nikola Jokic with a bunch of emeralds that basically you're playing the luck game. You're hoping the Kings don't win, because let's say the Kings win, you get a horrible Malik Monk that gets upgraded. It's just, in my opinion, not really a benefit. There's really no benefit to locking in this set, because the only thing you get from locking it in are Jokic, Herro, and MPJ, who none of those cards are elite at their specific positions. Now, let's say 2K, for whatever reason, drops an agenda and you get MT if you get Jokic, Herro, and MPJ. Let's say you get 50,000 MT apiece. Well, then things change a little bit, because then it's a lot cheaper to do, which I doubt that even happens. We haven't seen it since MJ, but that does make a difference ultimately, because then instead of looking at, let's say, 415,000 MT, then you're looking at 265,000 MT, and that is a big time difference. The big thing for me is these emeralds are 14,000 MT. When people saw that they were emeralds, we were like, okay, they'll probably be like maybe a little increase, maybe like 8,000 MT. They made them 14,000 MT. And so honestly, the only way I'd lock in this set if I was a big Denver Nuggets fan, if I wanted Jokic and I wanted MPJ. That's the only case I would lock this in, unless you're really wanting collector level. But even if you want collector level, guys, this set is eventually going to drop in price. So why need it now? It's eventually going to drop in price. So just save your MT, your money for now, and down the road, if you want to get collector level, then you can go through and buy it. That's just kind of my tips and tricks, my piece of advice for each and every one of you guys as we do see this set. Jokic is fine. I don't want to sit here and just slander Jokic. He's fine. He has half range. He has it's kind of a slow release, but it's fine. His speed is obviously not great. His defense is horrible, but he does something on the offensive end of the court that is rare at the center position. At the center position, he's one of the most talented offensive players, maybe the most talented offensive player. But does that make him worth getting? Does that make it worth you guys spending $50 to $70 on this set? Absolutely not. And I don't even want to hear the thing of, oh, Ty, but I have 500,000 MT, so it would be, it's basically free. Well, okay, yeah, that's fine. But then what happens next Tuesday when we see Showtime cards and we get 3 really solid ones, and then you don't have enough MT to get them? That's my biggest pet peeve, is when people are like, oh, but I had the MT anyways. Well, unless you're grinding a ton of MT every single week and are on the game a ton, that MT is not that easy to just get back, especially with how unrewarding 2K is outside of just the playing the game MT. So I don't know. I just when I look at things, it's not a top heavy drop. It's not. I almost guarantee if Derek White becomes an Ami, he's going to be better than any of these cards. I almost guarantee if like DeAndre Hunter becomes an Ami, he's going to be better than all those cards. Same thing with some of these cards. Like even if you want to go look at a Vando, KCP, those are guys that if they do get the right Evos are eventually going to be absolutely elite and probably better than the top 3 cards. So that's kind of my whole wait and see method, guys. We're going to see 2 specific days of Evos, and that's really when I would focus on everything, guys. Get the cards that do get Evos that you want. I would not focus on Jokic, Herro, or MPJ, because those cards, sure, they're fine. They could be fun to use. And if you're like a big Miami Heat fan, do what you guys got to do. I'm just saying, are they worth it or not? Absolutely not. This is when I look at lock-ins, this is by far the worst lock-in we've got. Like, it is. Chet's better. Magic was better. Greek obviously was better. You could even go, look, Tim Duncan and Melo obviously weren't great. So maybe Jokic is more worth it for Tim Duncan, but still, Tim Duncan came out what? 2 or 3 weeks ago. So for his time was bad, a little better. I would compare this to like the Luka lock-in. Just horrible. I just don't see what everybody sees in Jokic. I just don't see it. Slow release, you could say half range, but that's not as OP this year as it's been in the past. I just don't see it with Jokic. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments if you guys decide to go and get Jokic. Obviously, VC-wise, if you buy the sets all together, it might be worth it. I'm hoping in the pack market, packs are cheap, and I can try to test my luck there. But as far as if it's worth you guys, spending your MT on, absolutely not. Jokic, one of the worst value cards in the entire game. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.